Lewis called his teammate Burgoyne out. Kicks it up towards the wing. Buddy Franklin goes back.
There's great rivalry between Essendon and Hawthorn. Massive game for both, isn't it?
Huge game in the context of the season. Really looking forward to this one.
And this man too loves playing against the Bombers. 37 goals in just 8 games against Essendon. Lance Franklin. Lewis called his teammate Burgoyne out. Kicks it up towards the wing. Buddy Franklin goes back. Advantage is paid. It's a one-man back pass. He's away. Running down towards the 50. Can he do it again? Man running back towards the goal square. Needs to be closer. He can't bounce it through. He kicks it through on the full. Franklin, 5 goals.
I remember thinking, gee, I hope he kicks that, because if it comes back, it's going to come quick and there's not much to defend. But when it went through, I think I was standing next to an Essendon player and he just shook his head exactly the same way I did, and we just both looked at each other and thought that's a moment we'll always remember.
Bud's running flat stick and looks like he's just cruising with a couple of bounces. That's hard enough to do in itself. Cale Hooker is running hard and obviously looks like he's really running hard, almost falling over himself. Not only that, for then Bud to be able to control the ball and balance and then slot the goal from that angle, only he could have done it.
Franklin, 5 goals.
I just remember looking across at Gibbo and Grant Birchall and those sort of the blokes that were back there with me and just laughing. And I remember the ball going out the back and I was just chasing behind thinking that Buddy was going to kick it at some stage, but I looked down the field and there was all this space that all the forwards had ran away from him, so he just kept running.
It's a one-man back pass. He's away, running down towards the 50. Can he do it again?
Poor old Hooksy. He doesn't like that being brought up, understandably.
I feel a bit for Hooksy too, because every highlights package or wherever it might be, you do see that footage, and Hooksy had the head down and was just going for his life. And I think even Mark McVeigh was a little bit further back. So, and to be honest, I don't think anyone would have caught him. Maybe a Leroy Jetta or an Alwyn Davey, but it was a tough one for Hooksy, and obviously for him to slot the goal again in front of probably 80,000-90,000 was a pretty good effort.
I reckon Franklin could have run another 100 metres and he still would have been 5 metres behind by then.
And I seen that Hooksy was never going to catch him, and then when we seen the footage, it was actually a bit funny watching Cale chase him, putting the head down. Buddy looked like he was just jogging.
About 12 months after that, you always saw the vision of Cale Hooker struggling behind him, but he's improved a lot since then in his running, so I'm sure if it happened again that it might be a different result.
Bud was always a little bit mercurial and he's always prone to doing these special things, and you take it for granted because you see it so often. It wasn't until I probably saw it back a few days later and then saw it a few times after that, you just shook your head. And
the chase was always going to be probably a 40 or a 50 metre, obviously as it turned out a full-on sprint, and Buddy was one that he's quite good at long distance stuff, but he's got a fair turn of speed.
My top 50 highlights that I've been involved in my career, he'd be involved in a significant number.
It'd be very rare that he'd blow his own trumpet, but he just carried himself in a way that he never had to. So he just knew that he was going to back it up and he could do it week after week, and he did.
I don't think you realise how special some things that players do in the moment or in the game. It's more when you watch them afterwards that you think, oh, it's an incredible piece of play.
A sweet sound of success.